Archaeo-Hacks from Archaeo-Death. Professor Howard Williams explores shortcuts to a successful archaeology degree.
Hey, this is the third and final Archaeo-Hack video where I'm giving University of Chester inducting new students, some sense of what I think personally are some of the key shortcuts they can enact to help them, to give them the confidence, knowledge and appreciation of archaeological academic debates and discourses. And my first point is to effectively use your real world environment to learn about archaeology through museums, heritage sites, real world landscapes everywhere. Second point is get to confident in exploring and contributing towards digital environments. My third point is to become a learner and a researcher. An archaeology degree is a long journey, but by the end of it, you will have done perhaps your individual dissertation that will give you your opportunity to pursue in detail a piece of research that you want to do. And so to get there, you need to develop yourself as a learner and an active learner and an active researcher. And there's lots of sub-points here, and I'll just quickly rattle through the kind of thing I'm getting at. Don't just be there, get involved. Now, this may take many different forms. It doesn't mean about volunteering for everything, every opportunity that comes up. It doesn't mean that you have to participate in everything. Your time is precious. You may have a part-time job. You may be trying to do the degree or assignments, but get involved in local societies, in opportunities that come your way within your area to volunteer, to participate in archaeological activities, whether it's archive work at a local museum or field work or anything else. Read and read actively. And don't just read about the essay topics, try and read more broadly, because that will have a cumulative effect over the 3 years in terms of what you know about a little bit. This links back to my Archaeohacks 1 and 2, in that you getting that confidence and knowledge of broader topics as well as the specifics will help you to build a sense of your understanding of the archaeological past, the human past, but also how it is relevant today. So get involved, get actively reading, engage in class. Now we're going digital with most of our delivery, and contributing questions, contributing answers, working in groups, getting engaged is absolutely key to learning. And one of the other things is note-taking. Year on year, I see students just sitting there on videos with their arms crossed, or indeed in classes, or looking hungover, and they're not learning. They're not asking questions. They're not answering any questions. They're not writing notes. Now, even if it's just doodling, knitting, even if it's just a bit of engagement by writing keywords, creating spider diagrams, to keep your attention, keep your engagement, take notes that may help you with your essay structuring and writing and researching, but also might help you for that building that broader sense of what it's all about, what we're discussing. Be questioning. Being active as a learner and a researcher is about questioning, because without questioning you won't be able to sort of challenge the preconceived ideas and then can develop your own new approaches to the topic. So question in many ways. Challenge yourself, question yourself about what you have done and what your choices of how to research, but also question others about their arguments and how they fit that into their art research. Challenge extremist, simplified, bigoted, racist ideas. Don't be afraid to question things that you think might be ethically unsound. Don't listen to the haters. Being an active learner and getting the most out of your degree means don't let detractors and haters, whether it's family members saying what's the point in that degree, or be it people on social media or anywhere else, don't let them drag you down. You've got to remember that you've chosen to do archaeology, and archaeology is the most dynamic, exciting and interdisciplinarily connected subject that studies the human condition. We look at 99.99% of the time that historians don't look at, and 99.999% of the history of the actual events and processes that historians can't access. And we don't get to speak or hear the voices of people all the time. We do get that some texts in archaeology, on monuments and written sources that survive in the archaeological record. So there's a lot of interaction between historians and archaeologists, of course, but it's really, really important that you are aware that archaeology is an important and valuable study subject that is widely respected, widely recognised, not only because you come out of it with period-specific knowledge, thematic-specific knowledge, methodological knowledge, because you come out as a questioning human being with a versatile engagement with the past. So make sure that you don't get dragged down by other people dismissing the subject. And you've already made a very intelligent choice by coming to Chester, where we are a small, friendly department, but with a host and a wide range of disciplinary, subdisciplinary expertise on staff. We've done really well in the Guardian League table that's just been out. We came 11th out of 45 or thereabouts. But I mean, league tables are rubbish, and I don't believe them for a second, but it shows that we are at least rated in a moderately competent way, and seem to be doing very well. Your PATs are your friends. And so as an active learner, use the PAT. They'll be writing a reference for you at the end, but make sure they can guide you if you have any questions about personal circumstances, financial or others. They can't solve all your questions perhaps, but they're a first port of call, and they may be able to get in touch and help you facilitate getting the help you require from elsewhere. So that's important too. And perhaps the final bit of be an active learner and researcher is to get a trowel. Whether you become a digger or not, getting a trowel, it's the 4-inch forward-handled WHS trowel ideally is the gold standard, so to speak, of trowels. Don't believe the Americans when they harp on about Marshalltown trowels. They're crap. You want to be going for a WHS trowel, and in doing so, you'll have an icon of your degree subject. Get some pride. Acquire some pride and maintain your pride against all criticisers and detractors inside the field and outside. And about being an active researcher is about you being the researcher, you being the learner, and the link between the two. It's not about comparing yourself with other people. And I see a lot of students and scholars undermine their own confidence, drag themselves down by worrying about what everyone else is doing. You've come this far, you're on a degree you wanted to do, and it's an exciting subject. Enjoy it, but enjoy it for what you want to get out of it. Everyone else is in a different game. Nobody else is competing with you in the same sport. You may be all sitting in the same classroom, but you're all trying to do different things with your degree for different reasons. So don't start to let the negativity of comparisons with others drag you down. I remember in my years at university, I was never the best student. I never really got the top marks. And sometimes that demoralised me, but I plugged on at it. And I don't think, it won't matter. It's about keeping the pace. A degree is a marathon, not a sprint. And you can't do everything, but you can gain that sense of purpose, confidence and direction by not listening to other people's negative comments about the discipline, and instead focusing on how 90% of people think we're blimming cool, and it's a really exciting and fascinating subject to be engaged with. So I will end there. My Archaeo-Hacks: get to know your real world, get to know your digital world, and get to know yourself as an active learner and researcher by engaging with the teaching, with the opportunities available to you, volunteering, for example, and by not letting yourself be undermined by other people's negativity. And that is my take on how you can save yourself a lot of grief and trouble in a degree scenario, doing an archaeology degree, and really hit the ground running. You may not have done archaeology before, you may be new to it all, but this is your chance to really shine. And of course your PATs are there to help, your personal academic tutors, and we're all here to help on that journey.
Well, they're my Archaeo hacks 1, 2 and 3 about how to use your physical environment, the archaeology all around you, how to use your museums and heritage sites within close vicinity, the city of Chester itself. Then how to use your digital environment, making sure you are both a professional and engaged on digital media and utilising all the resources about the latest discoveries, the latest debates and controversies, and about putting yourself forward as an active engager as you learn, an active learner, but also an active researcher, networking and volunteering and participating in the archaeological community, because archaeology matters not simply as an academic discipline but to the country as a whole and internationally, globally, as citizens of the world. So we need to think about all those three things as you develop your skills and your networks and your learning through your degree. And by the third year, when you do your dissertation, this will be particularly important, preparing yourself for moving forward into the workplace, into the real world, although I have a suspicion that it's not that real. So putting all those things together, these 3 Archaeo-Hack videos I think give you the framework what I would suggest are the basis of moving forward, although there's plenty of other advice and support available through student services, through the department, through the university and through your colleagues, but your peers. So don't feel you can't approach your personal academic tutor, the department for any further advice, and drop me an email on howard.williams@chester.ac.uk if there's any point you want some further follow-up suggestions. Thanks for your time.